Welcome to the Scottish Rite Journal podcast, an audio presentation of the Scottish Rite Journal, brought to you by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. This week's article is The Chamber of Reflection by Brother Andrew Hammer, 32nd degree, KCCH, and comes from the July-August 2024 issue of the Scottish Rite Journal. Librarian Larissa Watkins recently created an interpretation of a chamber of reflection at the House of the Temple. While the concept may seem new to many Masons, it is an idea with a long history in the craft as well as in other initiatic societies. In fact, perhaps the best way to explain what a chamber of reflection is supposed to be is to consider it as an intentional preparation room for the candidate. By intentional, one means that rather than being an afterthought, the preparation room should be a place set up specifically and only for the candidate before he begins his Masonic journey. Yet, what is this chamber, and why might lodges have such a space? The origin of the term is not as mysterious as it might sound. One of the earliest indications of such a room comes from a French exposure in the 1730s that describes a space being implemented in a London lodge. The French word for room is the rather formal chambre, which is where the term seems to arise. However, in 1762, the English exposure Jachin and Boaz describes the same space rather matter-of-factly, saying that the candidate is conducted into another room, which is totally dark, where he is prepared for the degree and then left to his reflection for about half an hour. An important point to emphasize is that this ceremony of preparation is not historically part of the ritual of the lodge. It takes place before the lodge is opened, as does all other protocol related to preparing the candidate for a degree. There are regular Masonic rituals throughout the world, however, that do include a chamber of reflection in the ritual work before any initiation. As to the questions of why we might have such a room and what is in it, the answer is one that should be very accessible to any Mason. It gives the candidate the chance to be in a quiet space with no distractions to clear his mind from the concerns he had in the world before arriving at the temple. It allows him time, after the lodge has prepared him, to prepare himself in the way that is most meaningful to him for that great and important undertaking he has chosen to pursue. It does not interfere with any of the messages or lessons of his initiation, because it relies upon what is already inside of him. It compels him to consider what he is bringing to the craft. Practices differ regarding the chamber's contents. The previously mentioned exposures indicate a sparsely appointed room. One idea involves nothing more than an hourglass, a skull, and a scythe illuminated by one candle. These emblems are never explained to the candidate before he has completed the degrees. The idea of the room is to allow for introspection, not to have one's attention diverted to a wide array of things and activities that draw his mind away from his own thoughts. In this author's opinion and experience, the chamber of reflection serves as a handmaiden to the beauty of the ritual itself, and those brethren who have experienced one almost uniformly consider it to be an indispensable part of their Masonic journey. Like and share this article, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you wish to comment, please leave one, and as a reminder, hit the notifications bell. Any accompanying photographs or citations for this article can be found in the corresponding print edition. The Scottish Rite Journal is published by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. Mark Dreisenstock, 33rd degree, Managing Editor. I'm your host, Matt Bowers.